I have to explain this other one now. I'll explain it.
I'll explain this one as best I can. A mainlander would say, would you want to go somewhere? And the mainlander would say, well, I'd rather not. I'd rather not do this, and I'd rather not do that. But here in Newfoundland, if you want to go somewhere, you want to go somewhere? No, boys, I'd rather not. You know, I'd rather not to do that. I'd rather not. So, I'd rather would be mainland for I'd rather in Newfoundland. And this song is called, it's one I wrote a long time ago, it's called If I Had Me Druthers. If you knows it, sing along. I'll be very surprised. Well, I woke up one morning and I wanted to go out in the woods with me brother. But he was working hard and he needed the dough. So he said, hey, take our mother. Well, I thought about this for a long, long time. And I said, what could happen if I took me mother along, me trapping line? After all, she's a mighty fine cook. Well, if I had my druthers, I'd rather have me brother and me mother on a trip in the woods. So she says, don't swear and comb your hair, and me brother don't care how I look. While peeing in the snow, she said, don't you know you can ride even better than your brother can? But I'd rather have me brother than me mother standing here, 'cause I'm doing something only that a man can. Cut down some boughs, I set up the tent, I even got a little front fly. And then I go and cut wood, and when I get back, why, she's hanging up curtains on the inside. Well, if I had my druthers, I'd rather have me brother than me mother on a trip in the woods. So she says, don't swear and comb your hair, and me brother don't care how I look. Now I start a little fire, and I get the kettle out, and I'm really looking forward to a mug up. And me mother says, son, just look at your hands. You can't have nothing till you scrubs up. So I wash my hands and I have a cup of tea, and I'm trying to do everything she wishes. But I gotta draw the line, boy, she's driving me crack. 'Cause now she says I got to do the dishes. Well, I had my druthers, I'd rather have me brother than me mother on a trip in the woods. And she says, don't swear and comb your hair, and me brother don't care how I look. So I clean up the site, I get out the trike, I take down the wheel and it's that blind hat. And she says, can I come just this once? I hope she doesn't ask to go a second time. So I pack her up good, we're off into the woods. I hear a funny noise coming from her. And when I turn around, boy, she's lying on the ground. She never held on like I told her. So I tie her on tight, I check in my snares, and the trap line yields slim pickings. But when I get back to Mom, don't you know what she's done? She brought along wool to do some knitting. And Mom says, son, don't you go too fast, 'cause I don't want to drop any stitches. And when you goes too fast, by the wool flies out, and it catches on the trees and it hitches. If I had my druthers, I'd rather have me brother than me mother on a trip in the woods. 'Cause she says, don't swear and comb your hair, and me brother don't care how I look. Well, I'm back at the site, I tear down the trike, I tear down my tent with the curtains. It's the last time I take my mother in the woods, and on that you can be very certain. When I get back home, I call me brother on the phone, and I tell him to get on the EI, 'cause I'd rather have a he than she in the woods, and I swear by that till I die. If I had my druthers, I'd rather have me brother than me mother on a trip in the woods. 'Cause she says, don't swear and comb your hair, and me brother don't care how I look. And I'll never be glad that I took me mother instead of me brother.